Hello YouTube, I hope everybody's doing great. This is my tea burner that I built for my upcoming forge that I want to build so I can get into knife making. And I also want to actually build I think it's called a foundry to melt aluminum. Not that I drink that much soda out of aluminum cans, but why throw it away if I can melt it down and make something out of it? Maybe cast something with a 3D printer, the casting design, and then fill it with aluminum or whatever. Anyway, last night I made a test and my first test was rather disappointing. The flame was nice and blue, but it had no power at all, and I showed it in the other video as well that I will add to this one. I was using this regulator and somehow there wasn't enough pressure coming out of this. I don't know how this is regulating from 0.3 to 16 bar. I mean, you cannot adjust anything on this thing. So how is it gonna regulate that? Anyway, it was too much restriction, and I connected the hose directly to the thing, to the tank, and it has a needle nose valve, and all of a sudden this thing came alive, and it's pretty noisy, I must say. I did not think that it's gonna be that noisy. Anyway, so this is how it looks like. Here is my nozzle. I was actually going to use a 3D printer nozzle, and there are some that are slightly longer, but it would be still too short. And then I actually managed to find those tips for MIG welders. I think it's MIG welder, and this is a 0.8 millimeter. And what I did, I put this into my lathe and cut the thread further down so I could thread it inside of the T, and then made another 6 millimeter hole here and threaded this over it. And it looks a little bit shaky. I mean, it's not shaky at all, of course. I mean, if it does happen to break or snap off, and I found these for 50 cents each, so I was lucky, because actually a 3D printer nozzle would cost me $10 here, and this cost me only 50 cents here. So what did I just, sorry about that. Yeah, almost gone. Anyway, so I did buy, and I wasn't sure after the first test. It was very weak, and I thought I buy some more, I might have to drill out the hole, but the hole is perfect. It is between 0.03 and 0.033 in metric, so kind of in between. And so that worked out great. And I did add a pressure gauge, and as I said, I will say in the other video, in the follow-up, we don't have PSI here. I couldn't find any PSI, so I have a bar here, and it goes almost up to 1 bar. And anyway, what I used is 1/2 inch coupler, 1/2 inch for the hose, and then I have a 1/2 inch to 1/2 inch coupler again, 1/2 inch valve. I couldn't find, before I had this going in here, I couldn't find 3/4. No, 3/4 is bigger. 1/2 inch. Yeah, 3/4 is even bigger. Anyway, it's also 1/2 inch, and I have a reducer here, 1/2 inch to 3/4, and then 3/4 elbow, because I didn't want to have all this weight sticking out there, although this will probably mount it like that, so it's gonna be okay. I could change that and here I have another coupler, 3/8, and then I have an end piece, 3/8 end piece that I drilled and tapped again on my lathe just to have it center perfectly, and then the nozzle. And according to the plans that are out there, I will try to put a screenshot in there and a link. The end should be in the center of this hole, and that's pretty much center in here. And I didn't know if I have, because it was first try was weak, if I had it to put it further away or further in, but it works out nicely. What also happened with the weaker pressure, the flame started right here, so I had the flame inside the tube here, and with more pressure, since it was blasting more powerful, the flame started here, and you can see that in the video, in the night shot video, because if you record this during the day you will not see much. And I know, disclaimer, how this performs outside of a forge is different than inside of a forge, since I don't have the forge yet built. So I did try it out outside, but it did melt a file, red glow, so it does have enough heat in there. And anyway, this is my build, my try, and my version of it. I know that most people use tapered tap couplings and whatnot, and have to drill a bigger hole in here and tap it. Since I don't have couldn't find the couplers with tapered, so these are straight. And again, but have 3/8 and 1/4 inch, whatever. And I could do this with what I had at hand, and I can easily find these parts. These couplers are actually, this coupler is made in Italy, so I can see it here upside down. Also this elbow, and anyway, nice quality. This is I bought it with 10 bar. They were with 6 bar, so I might change that to lower, so I have a more readout on the needle than this. And this has a set point, whatever. That's also not needed, and I might change this. And I saw them also smaller, I might go with a smaller one. So anyway, this is my take on a tea burner, and it works nicely, and you can build it yourself very easily. And I also saw that most people use a hand torch to light up the burner. And what I used last night, this one is broken, I bought another one, and it has a piezo, if you can see it. Can see it. Anyway, I thought actually of using a piezo on here. I might try something, and since this is broken, it's no use anymore. I will take it apart and try to fit this onto here. I don't know if it's gonna survive or not, but it would be nice to have a knob that you can just push and the forge will turn on. I have not seen one forge with that feature. Maybe it's not possible, maybe that's why, but I will try, because it will just make lighting up the forge so much easier without having to have something like this and having to go into the forge with your hand. And because the other ones use obviously a flame to then do it from the outside of the forge, but I want to eliminate that step. Not that I'm gonna forge every day 10 times, turn it on and off, whatever. It's just something I want to try. Anyway, I will update on that if that works, and I will go and buy the fire retardant bricks to build the forge, and some probably L profile, steel profile to hold it together to make a nice small forge. that will come up this week. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I say it now, but you will see the other part with the night shot following this. If you want to support me, you can check out my Tindy store. I also have affiliate links for AliExpress. What did I build? Oh yes, with my watch that I built. So current affiliate links are related to a watch, mechanical automatic watch. And you can support me on my Tindy store, buy me a coffee, even subscribing or even just liking the video does help. And if you're very generous, you can become a Patreon and send me $2 a month. Every little bit helps. Thanks. So if you're still here, do not skip the night shot. It's and turn down your volume. It's gonna be probably louder than this part. Till later. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm gonna show this first or the actual build, but I did finish my tea burner, and I did add a gauge because it was just burning with a blue flame but no real power behind it. I did have this regulator on the bottle here, and seemingly this regulated it too much down. It is from Turkey, as you can see, made in Turkey, and here you see the actual not focusing right. Anyway, I did eliminate this. I put the hose directly on here. I have the opening valve here, and I have a valve here, and I have a pressure gauge, and I will light it up with my torch here. I'm just using the, I don't know why people put the flame. I'm just using the piezoelectric to turn it on, and then I will show you. I will put the phone down or put it on pause, light it up, and then show you what I have, and then I go into detail inside. Okay, I hope you can hear my voice. I did not know that these things are this loud. I will turn it up a little more. Okay, I hope you're still with me and alive and safe. Please do not try this at home. I do have a file here that I got the tip red hot, so without being it in the forge. And what I noticed also, and I showed you the opening here, which I'm showing with my finger, on the T coupling, the flame was all the way inside and burning in the inside, and the tube was getting hot as well, but not red hot because it was just not enough pressure. So now I have pressure, and this thing is making a huge noise now, and I almost thought, oh boy, something went wrong again, but it was just the pressure that was not enough through this regulator. I will try to find another regulator where you can actually adjust the pressure, but I don't know if there's a difference in adjustable pressure regulator and just having the valve here that you can adjust the output, because seemingly I can adjust the output or the pressure. And you also saw, of course, I don't have a PSI gauge, I have a bar gauge, and it went up to almost 1 bar. I think it went even a little over it. And so this is working, and I'm looking forward to buy the parts to make the actual forge, and then I can start forging my first blade. Really excited, it works nicely. So anyway, I go inside and show you the tea burner itself.